Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Logan, aka Creatyr. This is an Excel tutorial on how to create a moving Christmas scene in Excel. In my last video, we made this Christmas tree that auto refreshes. I showed you how to make some VBA code and put it in and connect it to a button. So when I press that, voila, it creates this beautiful snowing moving scene with the Christmas lights going. If you want to get up to this point, I got pretty far in the first video. You'd be able to make this Christmas tree and this reindeer with the nose that changes colors and flashes. But I've added two things since then. One of them being the snowflakes, which are pretty cool. It looks like it's snowing, and the other is this tail wagging mechanism, which is quite a pain to figure out and explain, but I'll try my best. The easy part we can start with first is these snowflakes. So if I can just select these cells that has the formula in it, here we go. And the formula is as follows, and I can put these down in the description below and you can just copy paste them, but it's equals if parentheses rand between, so random between, and then you have the numbers that you write in between parentheses 1 through 4, 1 comma 4. So it's selecting every time it calculates or refreshes a number between 1 and 4, and I said equals 1. So if it returns 1 from that random calculation, that means the statement is true. And when it's true, the first parentheses after that, it's apostrophe snowflake apostrophe, and I pasted this icon in. You can find icons for snowflakes like online. You can just look up snowflake icon, copy paste. It might work, it might not. Sometimes it's finicky. And then another comma, and then 2 apostrophes, meaning return nothing when it doesn't guess one. So if it guesses 2, 3, 4, don't show anything. Let's get this going again. And then you can Control C and just paste that cell wherever you want the snow to show up or appear. You can find the icons in Excel as well by just going to this Insert tab, clicking on Icons, making sure this icons is selected here, and then typing snowflake. And then these are for sure going to work when you copy paste them in. Cool. So that's that snowflake effect. Again, it only looks so cool because of the VBA code that I showed you how to use in the last video. So if you want this effect, go watch that. I can show you how. The manual way of doing it is just spamming the F9 button on your keyboard, and that forces an auto refresh of Excel. I can type it faster than it was refreshing with the VBA code, but that's what that looks like. Now for the second part of the video, I'm going to show you how this tail wags. It uses conditional formatting and one formula. It's easy. It's this rand between 1 to 3 this time, and when it returns 1, then it's true. I made this little page here to show you how it works because it's kind of finicky. What I would watch out for is if you have, or you're making a scene of some kind and you're not just using this scenario with the tail, you have your background color and the color of the thing that you want to change. It's very important that before you add the conditional formatting, you set the colors of the cells in a specific manner. So in my case, you can steal this rand between right here, or it's right there. I'm going to paste that in this top cell, and it's going to return false because whatever. And I'll keep that as this background color, which I have as FCECE3. And then this bottom cell, and again, you can change cell colors by clicking the paint bucket, more colors, custom, and then pasting in your hex code or using that little map. And then making this bottom cell that I want it to start sort of flipping between when it's auto calculating as the color of the thing I want to change. So in this case, this is Rudolph's tail that it's flipping between. Again, that's how it looks like. You can also change, just looking at this rand between formula, if you want it to change less often, you could use a 1, 10, and then only 1 out of every 10 times is it going to change. But I kept it lower to sort of simulate a realistic tail going up and down. It's kind of nerd stuff. So cool. You have your formula in your top cell right here. The next step is to go to conditional formatting, which is on the home tab. If you've not used it before, it's used for math stuff and cool data visualization, but we're using it for art, so you can ignore all that. Go down to new rule. This pop-up will pop up, and under select a rule type, you go down to this bottom one where it says use a formula to determine which cells to format. In this formula box, you type equals, and then this top cell, which has your background color. So for me, it's P28, and then equals false. And then under this, it says preview, no format set. We're going to change that. We're going to click this format button. It'll bring up another window, which is just a more complicated color window. But if we click more colors, it'll bring up the box we're familiar with. Now what we want to do is turn this color into the color of the thing that we want to change. So that's our brown, which has the color code 8B6944. Hit OK, hit OK, hit OK. Cool. Next up, we go to this bottom cell, the inverse one that we're going to want to change back and forth between. No formula in this one. We'll go back to conditional formatting, new rule, same rule type, and actually the same formula that we typed in the first cell. So equals, and then back to P28. So that top cell that has the background is what we're going to reference in this bottom one, and then equals false. This time, however, the format that we're going to set the color as will be the background color. So again, fill more colors, whatever you want to use for your background. In our case, it's FCECE3. Type OK, OK, select, select, select. Voila. Now, if I hit F9 a couple times, when this is false, it's brown. And then when it's true, every 1 out of 3 times, this is brown. And that creates, and I'm just spamming F9 here. I'm tapping it over and over, and you can get that back and forth with conditional formatting effect. And how that looks in practice with art, again, I'll show it like this. Very pretty. If you have any questions on this, please let me know in the comments below. I like this effect a lot, so I'll try and figure out ways that I can use this and maybe cascade more than just one cell referencing another. Maybe having a sort of domino effect of some kind. But that's in the future. So if you want to see that type of content, please subscribe and let me know what you think. Cool. Peace.